888-775-3773. Seeking the Father. If you seek it, you're going to find it. If you don't seek it, you're not going to find it. Hang it up. Let me go to Matthew, a first time call out of Texas. Matthew, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
So I've been listening to you for a little over a few months now.
Speak right into your phone, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. So I've been listening for a few months, and I was really listening to when you would talk about how you need to face your father, your mother, or else you'll never have peace. You can't have that resentment. So
you said that.
I attempted,
you said that. What did I say about them?
You said that you have to. You can't have hate in your heart. You
Right.
can't resent.
You got to forgive them.
So,
yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. So I did that, but first I made sure that I actually knew myself, and I started doing the silent prayer, and I decided to, go to my father, who's I was having problems with, and I told him, look, I don't hate you. I'm sorry for resenting you in the past. That was wrong. And my question for you, Jesse, is he did not respond in kind. He was very hostile and kind of made fun of me. And is this something that I should try and do again?
No.
I don't know where to go.
No, now that you have forgiven him, it doesn't matter his response or your mother's response or anyone's response, really. You're forgiving them so that God can change your heart from anger to love and make you free. And if they get mad or try to make fun of you or whatever, you just don't be angry at them, but you move on with your life. You move on and leave them in their hell. They love their misery, so you leave them in their hell, but you just don't fall to anger anymore.
Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're saying down the line, our relationship, if it doesn't exist, it's okay.
It's perfect. If it doesn't exist, because it was never real anyway. If he can't forgive, it was always fake. But if you never saw him again or see him again, it wouldn't matter because you are free and you're living your life now. You're in your world. All you need, the way you return to a father, your earthly father, is just by forgiving him. Don't be angry at him. He could not help himself, so that God can forgive you and make you free. So now you are your world. You are working on you, and you don't need him. You just need not to resent him.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. Did you? Can you hold 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, buddy. Let me go to back to real fast to Matthew, a first-time caller. So, Matthew, is it clear now that your only requirement is to forgive if you want to be free? And when you go and forgive, if the person say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong," or if they pretend they don't understand what you're talking about, or if they blame you, that's on them. It has nothing to do with you. And once you forgive, you go and just live your life. You don't have to see them anymore or talk to them or anything. Just don't be angry.
Right. I can't control what they think or do.
Not at all, and don't even think about it.
So if I could just ask a follow-up to that, if
yes.
you will.
Yeah.
Thank you. So then, in the aftermath of this, I'm not going to lie. I know you harp on, not having emotions and just kind of, letting your thoughts be empty. I can't help but feel a little, grief and sadness as a result of this. How would you navigate that yourself?
You feel grief and sadness as a result of what?
Well, it didn't work out the way I want. I want my father in my life. I'd like to have a good relationship, and and I can't, like you said, I can't make him feel that way if he doesn't want to.
Right.
And it's just, it's sad.
And why?
I can't lie to myself. But
how old are you?
I'm 25.
And why do you want him in your life?
Um, well, nobody's ever asked me that before. I guess, what a mess.
What a mess!
I guess, like, no, he's my father. I love him. We've had a lot of good moments together, a lot of good memories as well. I plan on having kids one day, and I don't want to traumatize them. I'd like them to know their grandfather. And,
Why?
I don't know. I guess I just have this vision in my mind that I gotta let go of, I guess. I don't know.
So you sad about something you don't even know why, because now you can't even say why you want him in your life.
Wow. I don't have any words. I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
You know what you're doing, and what you're doing, and if you work on yourself, you will overcome it. You're living in your imagination, and in your imagination, you think what you're seeing and wanting is reality, and it's not.
Mm. Okay.
And
I get it. Okay.
you're living in the future. You already have a family, and in your mind, you already have this family, and you want grandpa to meet the children, to be close. You're living something that doesn't exist because you're living in your imagination, and you're calling it reality, and it's not. It's an illusion. You have to live in the present, so you can be with the truth and be at peace and have no plan for tomorrow. Don't all this plan about grandpa being in your life. You want him to know the kid. You don't even have the kids yet, and you live in something that doesn't even exist.
I never looked at it that way, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay. Yeah. So learn to let go of that, and
You got to let go of all imagination. And imagination run deep, and it's
yeah.
wicked, and you got to let go of all of it if you want to be free now, because you escaped into your imagination when you were traumatized by your mother, and now you thought that it was the right place to live. But God said that we have to bring all thought into captivity. Your thoughts are not your own, and they are not of God. They're pure evil, and you don't even know if you're going to have a family or not. Do you?
True. That's true. I've never had one. I don't have a family at all. I don't, yeah, it's just kind of, I guess a goal of mine, but I never thought of it like that. But it's true. It doesn't exist. It's not even real yet.
And your goal is to have a family?
Well, it's one of my many goals.
And why
I
is
would like to
that
have
a
children.
goal?
I think it's a goal because, I think as a man, it's one of the most important things that you can do.
What is the most important thing you can do?
I think, raising children, raising them to be good,
Why do you think that's true? If that's true, why do you believe that is true?
I mean, I'm a Christian. It's just kind of what I've always heard echoed.
So you
Be
believe
fruitful
it
and
because you
multiply.
heard it?
I mean, is that not what Jesus intends of us? Maybe I misunderstand. I don't know.
If that is true, that being a man is raising a family, how come the families are all screwed up?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't
You
say
don't know
it's.
one family that's not screwed up. So if it's a if it,
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know. I was gonna say I get it. I don't think it's the main centerpiece of being a man is whether or not you procreated.
Right.
That's not what I'm getting at. It's hard to. I guess I'm having a hard time putting into words what I mean by that.
And so why is
Um,
your one of your goals to have a family?
I'm sorry. You said why?
Uh-huh.
Um, I always just said that to myself, at least, that I wanted to have kids because I want to have a loving family. I guess raise children, in Christ, raise them to know God, and I don't know. That was really it. It wasn't much deeper than that.
You know where you get that from? May I tell you?
Yes, sir.
You got it from people telling you those lies growing up and your imagination.
Wow. Yeah, I never. So it's not a. Is it not like a good thing to have kids or like want to have kids? I mean,
It's not it's not it's neither good nor bad. It's bad to want to have children though.
really,
Yeah.
that's the first time I've ever heard that. No, I've never. Wow.
And may I tell you why it's bad?
Yes, sir.
Because you're not supposed to want for anything. To want for something implies that something is missing.
I see.
And
Okay.
and when you want for something, you're gonna get it, and it's gonna always be the wrong thing. It's just gonna make you want for something else. It's not the answer to your problems.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying now. It's not gonna fill that hole or that void.
Not
that
at all.
someone-
It's gonna make the hole bigger.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
once you get married and have children, it's gonna become a war. Because now you got to fight with the wife. You got to worry about your children. She's going to take them away from you, and all kind of mess. Because you want it for something that is not what you're supposed to be doing. We should only want what is right and want for nothing else but that.
So, how would you then navigate discerning having children? If it's not something that you want to do, is it just kind of
Get rid
do
of
your thing
all
day by day?
imagination about wanting children. Let it all go and only want the truth. And let the Father add unto you what you should have, what you need, not what you want.
Okay.
And also
Yeah.
let all
Well.
your little goals go. You say you got a whole bunch of goals, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
And why have goals?
Well, now that I'm looking at it from your lens, I guess it goes back to people always telling me these lies, I guess, that this is something you're supposed to have for your life in the future. You're supposed to have things you're aiming towards and not just doing nothing, I guess. I don't know.
Miserable people, unhappy people, desperate people have told you desperate lies. And they're making you, if you don't wake up, you're going to live the way that they live in desperation. Why not just simply live your life? Get up, go to work, save your money, buy a house if you want, work on these imaginations so that you don't live in your thought, and just live a simple life and not compare yourself to anyone. Don't try to be like anyone. Be not in a hurry for anything. Why not just live a simple life and have a great time?
Yeah, I guess I haven't been doing that. I haven't been letting myself do that.
And why not?
I guess the good time part. I mean, the simple life. I think I'm doing a good job with that. I mean, I don't know, but if I don't know why it feels wrong to do what you want to do. It sounds stupid, man. Just me saying it, it even sounds worse. But
What's sound
I
worse?
feel guilty for no reason.
I'm sorry, what did you say? What sound bad to you?
I said it sounds to me. It feels and sounds bad to want to do things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Without thoughts of anybody else. It almost sounds selfish to me. I'm not saying that what you're saying. It's just what I'm in my mess in my mind. Yeah.
A selfish life is when you try to live up to what you've been taught and trained and what everybody else is doing. A free life, a non-selfish life is when you just live your life. You're not trying to be like anyone. You're not trying to reach goals. You know that you don't know what you want. You're not in a hurry. You're not in competition with anyone. You never compete. And you don't compare yourself to anyone. You simply live your life and wish everybody else well. If somebody has a big home, we wish them well. They're catching hell in that big house where you may have a house with 2 or 3 bedrooms and you can have perfect peace.
Mm. You don't want to be envious, is what you're saying.
You don't want to be like anyone. You don't want to be jealous. You don't want to be revengeful. You don't want to be like anyone. You just want to simply live Matthew's life, and you would see what God has in store for you, and it would be amazing. But if you come up with your own ideas and you try to be like someone else, you try to make as much money as someone else make, and have a family, and you have all these crazy ideas, all you're doing is creating hell on earth, thinking that you know what you want. You got to stop listening to the people on the outside, and you got to stop listening to the imagination.
Yeah, I guess it does fuel a lot of anxiety when you do listen to all that.
Absolutely. It just brings pure hell on earth. That's why everyone is in hell, because they have been taught wrong, and then they're living in their imagination, trying to live up to what they've been taught, and they're worshiping the devil.
Mm. Yeah, it's all the devil. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Wow.
What a mess. Let me ask, is God working in your life?
I would say so, yes, sir.
And why do you say he is?
I would say because I've been very fortunate to be where I'm at.
Where are you?
I mean, I'm not. I see a lot of people that struggle my age, and I'm not necessarily struggling as much as a lot of people my age are. My generation's kind of a mess, and I can only thank God for the blessings He's given me.
So you believe that God is in control of the affairs in your life?
Not necessarily the affairs of like earthly affairs. I would say He's in charge of my spiritual well-being.
And why do you say that?
I say that because he's never. I don't feel like He's ever abandoned me. I know He's always there. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What is your spiritual well-being? Give me an example of what that is.
I guess it would be, I had a lot of, for example, with my father, I did have a lot of hate and a lot of resentment towards him for years. And it wasn't until I started actively seeking Christ through a prayer life, actually talking to Him or just being with Him, right, with the silent prayer, that I started to really think and let go of that hate and that resentment. And I don't think that that's all because of me. I don't take credit for that. I give that to God.
I understand now that you wake up, but before you started to wake up or waking up, was God in control of the affairs in your life?
Not in the sense that everything that happens, like something bad happens, I wouldn't blame God. I know it's easy to do that, but I've never done that. I guess then no. I guess I'm more leaning towards no, that He's not in control of the little things that happen here, and with other people, because we have free will.
You have a free will? Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Were you a Christian before you started doing the silent prayer and forgave your parents?
Yes, I was.
You forgave your mother?
Yeah, actually, I had this conversation with her about 3-4 months ago. I told her I was wrong to resent her, and I don't hate her. And she responded like very, I would say, maturely, and appropriate, and it was okay, and we were able to talk, and it wasn't bad.
Nice. Well, Matthew, you stay with it. You stay with the silent prayer, and all you need to do now is watch. Don't try to change. Totally surrender everything, meaning let go. You get up and do your practical stuff, like go to work, save your money, and, whatever, eat some food, whatever. But let go of all thoughts. It's a practical one. But let go of all imagination. You'll see amazing things will naturally happen. That is, I can't even find words to express what will happen in your life.
All right, I will definitely do that. Thank you, Jesse.
And as far as your father, move on. Just wish him well. Don't be angry at him. He cannot help himself.
Yes, sir, I understand.
And if you never saw him again, just fine. If you see him, fine. But if not, fine too. You got to live your life now. God is your father.
Okay. All right. I got it.
I wish you well, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. It helps more than you know. I really appreciate it.
All right. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. All right?
All right.
All right.
God bless you, Jesse.
All right.
Thank you.
You too.